Hey there. Today we're going to be looking at different methods for training the legs, some of the best ones that you can use. So I guess we should start with why is it so good to train the legs. It's pretty obvious, I suppose. You're kicking, any kind of throw technique that you do, even your punching, everything utilises the legs in some capacity, whether it be directly from a lift or from a strike, or indirectly through, just through grounding yourself and rooting. All your power basically comes from the ground up, so it has to come from your leg. So the legs are probably one of the most important areas to focus on, and they're very naturally strong muscles, and they can take a lot of work, and you can do lots of different things with them. So we're going to start with the first one, which is classic running. So of course it sounds like a pretty silly thing to be covering, like how to run properly, but you see quite a lot of people out in like evening runners and stuff just running randomly, and very few people that I see tend to have like proper solid efficient running techniques. So we're going to cover some of the kind of main aspects of how to run effectively. The key words are sort of efficiency, really, trying not to waste too much energy with needless movements and so on. So I'll just try and demonstrate for you now. So I don't know if you can see properly here, but some of the main points are to try and keep your body upright and your head nice and level. You can waste a lot of energy by letting your head swing too much or your body swing too much side to side. You want to have your shoulders relaxed and most of your upper body just relaxed, let your arms swing naturally. Your arm swing is what gives you a lot of forward propulsion, and you want your stride to be reasonably long. You want to sort of stretch your foot out as far in front of you as you can, comfortably go with it. So just sort of be a bit more relaxed, have a nice easy loose posture really. Running is it mainly works the glutes and the hamstrings primarily, and of course it also has the other added benefit of working your cardiovascular system really well, strengthens your heart nicely. So that's what's good about running. Now there are lots of different types of squat. I'm going to demonstrate a couple random ones here. But squatting, it kind of trains all of the leg really, mainly the thighs and the hips, glutes and the hamstrings. All those areas, it works very nicely. It's why it's a classic staple exercise. Got a couple of variants here. This one is a deep squat, so I'm going extra low and trying to raise up on my calves. Works the calf at the same time. And then you've got things like barbell squats or jumping squats, helps develop extra strength or power. So this one is a calf raise. There are a couple of different ways of doing it, but I'm just going to show you. You need a nice raised surface. You just put the balls of your feet on, and you can stabilize yourself with something else, or hold something to keep you steady, and you can just allow your heel to drop down and then push with your calf to raise yourself up again. Pretty simple, nice exercise to work the calf muscles. This is quite an interesting little exercise that you can do. Its primary aim is to sort of work the hip flexor muscle. So you're basically going to stand on one leg, front kick, and then kick out at a 45-degree angle, and then kick to the side, angle kick again, and then back to the front, and that's one rep. It really works that hip flexor nicely. It's also really good for your balance and developing other aspects. I've been doing it a while, and it's really made that hip flexor muscle quite bulky now, so it's a good exercise to try out. So here I've got two little things that are sort of replacement exercises for the leg extension. Now the leg extension is a really good way of working your quad and that rectus femoris muscle, but on a machine it's notorious for sort of giving you long-term knee issues if you use it regularly. So here on the bench, if you imagine having like kettlebell weights or something, that works well, and this is a very similar sort of thing. It's a one-legged squat, and it just works that muscle really well, but it is a bit more difficult to do, so the bench one is a little bit easier. Alright, so that's all of the main exercises out of the way. I'm actually going to show you a couple of different stretches now, because stretching off properly and flexibility in general, especially for martial arts, is very important. Being able to actually get your leg up nice and high to do any kind of high kick or anything. It's just generally good to have good leg flexibility, so I'm going to show you a couple of different stretches. Got two dynamic ones and two static ones, so we'll start with the first one, which is high kicks. Essentially all you need to do is keep your leg nice and straight and swing it as high as you can. It's a good dynamic stretch for the hamstrings. Don't let your knee bend as you're doing it, and you can put your hand up in the air and try to kick that, and that will actually allow you to kick higher than you might think you can ordinarily. Now these are very similar to the high kicks, but they come out to the side, so they work that muscle on the side of your leg quite well at the same time as stretching inside your leg. They also kind of help to train your balance a little bit also. So it's called a pulley stretch because that's sort of the ideal sort of piece of equipment to use, but any sort of raised surface that matches your own sort of current flexibility level will work well. And we're literally just stretching the same muscles that we do with the high kick and the side leg raise, but it's static, and you just want to try and hold each one for 30 seconds before you swap to the other side, and it's a nice stretch to build up your flexibility. So for this one, you don't want to go as far as you can. You want to sort of get a slightly higher level than what your maximum sort of level of box split is, and you want to really squeeze your legs together. If you can go low enough where your own body weight starts to push you down, then you want to try and maintain a level and not allow yourself to sink down any lower, and just squeeze your legs together as hard as you can and try and hold it for a certain amount of time, as long as you can ideally, and then just relax a bit, allow yourself to go a bit lower and try again. Okay, so that basically covers everything that I wanted to talk about today. Hope you've enjoyed yourself and learned something potentially useful or interesting, and I'll see you next time.